Many times it happens that people ask you suddenly some questions and you are not prepared for a proper answer. Then, to give the right answer to the question, if you are quite connected to the wisdom of above, he guides you with an answer, a prompt and immediate answer of the question, which is absolutely appropriate. It happened once when Jesus was in the crowd. Suddenly, a man comes and he says, "Master, you please help me and tell my brother to give me the part of inheritance." And Jesus turned and said, "I am your judge. Am I your judge?" And then he turned around and addressed the crowd. He said, "Beware of the covetous people, because you do not know about your tomorrow. But today you are asking for things and you don't know anything for what happens tomorrow. So be aware of such people around who are too, you can say, rich, but they cannot give." Then he tells a parable about a man who had a big field and he had a very good crop. And a lot of crop means a lot of money also. So he had a barn where he would keep his yield. And then he said, "My crops, I have this time had a very good harvest. So what I'll do is pull down the old barn and make a new and a bigger one, so that I have a lot of money for myself, for my future use. And my soul will live a happy and a satisfied life. But in sharing, it will be less. So better not share at all with a person who has been in need." And then the Lord told that man, "You do not know, because tomorrow is the time when your soul will be taken away from you. What is the use of taking so much of inheritance all the time, trying to take as much as they can from others, or buy this and buy that, increase and increase and increase your properties, your money, your bank balances. But there is a needy person. You even take their needs also and make yourself safe for your future life, which we do not know we have it or not tomorrow or any time." And so, this was a parable that you save so much for your future where you do not know about your future. The richness of a person, they always feel that the strongholds are the riches that they have, and which is foolishness. It is written in the Proverbs also. And this I have taken from Luke chapter 14 about the parable. Whenever we have a time or we are in a position to give help to someone, even if not help, you are in a position to put a person who has suddenly gone into some misfortune, anything has happened, and that person has been very nice, very kind in times of their needs, And if a time comes, which if everybody has such times, where you are in need, the other person is in need, who had been very helpful. So just put your hand out, hold his hand, and pull him up. The person is wise, the person is hardworking, and the person will make his life on his own. All you could do is just put your hand out and hold the hand of a person and pull it up, pull him up a bit, so that the struggles that he has to go through could be less. And just holding the hand of a person would make the struggles of the person less, and the person also could be of some standing better. So helping each other in time of needs is very important. Whenever you have the position or you can hold a hand and pull somebody up from the crisis, do it. These are the things which will help you later in life. When you are in certain crisis, there will be somebody else holding your hand, which is important. There is a small incident of my life, and this small incident that I have is all because being married to an army officer, we have been going to all over the country as a posting also and as a vacation also. Every year we get 2 months vacation and 20 days holidays. So these vacations would be like 1 month each time we would take and go out for long drives and holidays to different cities. So once we had planned a holiday, going to Gangtok, Darjeeling, all these places. And some shopping had to be done for the long trip and all that. So very excitedly, we three of us, me, my son and my husband, would go, and I was to do my own kind of shopping for the trip. And after doing the shopping, I came and sat in the car and with the AC on, because they had gone to a different shop where they get the toolbox, new toolbox for the car for the long journey. We wanted to buy some new tool. So my husband and my son, they went to the nearby shop, because in the old cities there were not much of a malls, but the road in between and both the sides of the road there are shops. So I was sitting in the car with the AC on, and I was mighty happy with the kind of shopping I have done. Lots of suits, which I am very fond of, and whatever, I'm very fond of doing shopping. And my excited I was with my stuff to go home and open again. And then suddenly I had pulled up the windows of the because it was hot, AC was on. So I just heard, first I saw a man sitting just nearby the car, sitting on a stool of the shop, and he was in big trouble. I could see from his face, he must be in 40s, and he was troubled. He was much troubled. It was Eid also that day, festival, and he was upset and talking to a man, and teary eyes. Don't know what I was, how when you have to find out what kind of a heart you have. If you find somebody in trouble or problem, if your heart, or you cannot leave a person without knowing what has happened, you get involved without it is a stranger or anybody else, but you get involved by seeing somebody in problem or in tears or in trouble. You can't get away without finding out and doing something for the person, if you can. So that is a way you can find what kind of a heart you have. The compassion is not there, then you will just walk away. If there is compassion, then you can't just walk away. So I just pulled the windows down and I said, first I heard that he was saying that today is Eid and I have to go home, take some meat and take some things for my family. I have been in big financial crisis and I have taken so much of money as credit from my friends and everybody, Today, when I went to ask many people, and I have been asking for many days so that I could also celebrate my festival, I can't do because this I don't have money, and then nobody is willing to give me again more. I do not know how to go home. My children and my wife are waiting for me to bring some meat and bring some sweets for the festival. I was hurt so much. I did not know who that man was. But I said, my God, I have done so much of shopping, spent so much of money buying stuff for myself here, and I'm left with money also. I could have purchased more. And here this man is wanting little bit of money just to celebrate one single festival. And he has tears in his eyes. So I didn't know what to do. I because usually when we give money to somebody, we give it like happy birthday or happy. We put it in an envelope and give. I didn't have that, so I just took out my handkerchief, tied some money in that, and I called him. In Hindi, I said, "Bhaijan, Happy Eid." Like, brother, Happy Eid. And he looked at me surprised. I said, Bhaijan, I want to say, give some Eid for your children. And he said, he looked at me surprised. Before he could understand, I just gave the handkerchief tied with money to him. I said, Happy Eid, and please, this is Eid for your children from me. Accept it. He took it. In 1 second, I saw through his teary eyes a surprise, a shocked look, and happiness on his face. Though he had not seen what I have given him, but I know I had given him enough to enjoy one day at least, buy a lot of stuff. And then my husband came and we sat in the car and we went away. Though I told him later on, he said, very, very good, you've done good job. And one should do. Whenever there is a chance for you to give somebody something, give him, give her. Just stretch your hands out. You can come in some misfortune in life, and then, if not financial help, you may need some other kind of help. Somebody to hold the hand. That will give you the other person some comfort, some happiness, some security. Any child who has become fatherless, any widow who's going through her own struggles of emotional pain, if you can just put your hand out, lift her up, lift the child up, help them. They have been blessed by God. So God will definitely bless you. If you become the channel, if you become the reason to give them support and give them happiness. A small parable and a small story of my life. When I was writing this, about all this, I had given this name a red toolbox, which is the red toolbox that was purchased and this incident happened. So I'm sharing it here. How the compassionate person, if you are, then God always sends compassionate people in your life when you have some misfortune or some problems in your life. God will arrange. Whosoever helps or come forward to support and lessen their pain rather than increasing their pain. Those who lessen their pains, help them in their struggles, be with them, stand by them, and be of some use to them. When God is blessing the person, He will be blessing you more. And this is the parable that says, instead of increasing your own barns, do put a helping hand and share the inheritance of blessings. You were blessed, so you increased your barns. That was the blessing that you had. If you had been a compassionate person, then you would have shared the blessings also. You put your hand out and help somebody who now needs a compassionate hand. To take that hand out and always be of help whenever anybody is in need, whether they are your people, your own family or friends or just strangers. Because in helping the strangers, sometimes you have entertained and the angels, and that was how God was testing that if I have blessed you, do you have the compassionate heart? Every compassionate heart is a sign that when they see somebody in trouble, they can never ever move away. They will get involved, they will look into the trouble, and until and unless they have been of some kind of help, they can never walk away till they have done something. So this is a sign of finding out whether your heart is compassionate or not. Small parables, big meaning. The parables that were here in our biblical narratives, they have been there. The great masters have gone away long back, but they have left the moral teachings on and off whenever we have time. So much of chaotic life that is there in the world right now. If people understand how important it is to be more compassionate towards each other, there will be no wars, there will be no fights, and there will be no chaotic situations for useless matters. There will be love for each other. As Jesus said, an important law, love thy neighbor as thyself. Compassion is very important in life, and do make it into a habit or into your heart. Make a big place for compassion for each other. Thank you so much for watching my videos and liking them. Do subscribe and share my channel, Words of Wisdom, decoded by Anita Binepal, and this is Anita Binepal. Thank you again for watching, and may God bless you always. Have a compassionate heart.